Good afternoon. Today is December the 7th, 2025. It's a Sunday afternoon, which is unusual for our tours, but we wanted to make this tour exactly to the date of when we were here the last time, which was, what, 6 years ago?
6 years ago, yep.
And that was a before tour, and so is this one a before tour, so sometimes these houses take a while. My name is Jean Finstein, and this is a Friends of Wheeling tour. We are at 2233 Chapline Street. And first, let me give you a little bit of history of the house, and then I'll introduce the new owner, and she can tell you what she's doing. Deed records suggest that the house was built in 1878 for a German immigrant whose name was Christian Schnepf, S-C-H-N-E-P-F. He purchased the property that year for $3,900, which is the equivalent of more than $102,000 today. He bought this house from neighbors Thomas List, who was a banker who lived at 2301 Chapline Street, 2201, I'm sorry. Schnepf immigrated as a young child in 1852 and worked as a druggist. His business location was on the first floor of the Reilly Building, the northeast corner of 14th and Market Streets. And there's a photo from the Brown collection of what his building would have looked like at the time where he worked. He was said to have been known as the Opera House druggist and reportedly made daily observations of the weather for West Virginia, Western Pennsylvania, and Eastern Ohio. In 1874, he married Johanna Amelia Bromer, and the couple had 5 children. His widowed mother and his younger brother, cigar maker Frederick Schnepf, also lived in this property, according to the 1879 City Directory. In 1898-99, City Directory describes Schnepf as druggist and pharmacist, dealer in patent medicines, druggist, sundries, toilet articles, and perfumeries. And his business address was 1335 Market Street, which was the Opera House corner. Schnepf died of tuberculosis in 1903 at the age of 54, and he's buried in Mount Zion Cemetery. His heirs sold the property in 1909 to Margaret and D.H. Taylor, who then sold it in 1915 to Bernard and Mary Ward. Catherine and Richard O'Brien purchased the property in 1940 and sold it to Grace and Virgil Neidart in 1947. Now, one of the more well-known owners of the property was Charles Saad, S-A-A-D. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He was the son of Thomas and Melania Corey Saad, who purchased the property in 1962, and locals still refer to this as the Saad House, or Saad, I'm not sure how his name is spelled. S-A-A-D. Saad. Okay. Charles Saad was a noted athletic trainer, and he is a member of the Wheeling Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017. As an athletic trainer, Charles Saad traveled the country with major and minor league baseball teams, major college athletic programs, and NBA basketball during a 30-year career that saw him with such professional teams as the Los Angeles Lakers, the Chicago White Sox, Oakland A's, and California Angels, and college teams at WVU, University of South Carolina, and West Point. After retiring, he continued a working relationship with the YMCA. Following his death in 2014, the property was left to his niece, Rita Castle, who sold it to John Woodring in 2015, and Paul Harris purchased the property in September 2021, and Natalie Minyard, thank you, bought it in November of 2025 and is working to rehab it. So you have this history already, but I'll put it on the table for people to see.
Yep.
Also on the table, we brought you a poster of the Faces of
Oh, yay.
So you can put that up somewhere if you would like.
Yep.
And before we switch over to you, let me just say that beginning in January, if you're a member of Friends of Wheeling, you will get your annual dues letter, and we are going into the digital age, and you can now pay your dues if you want through Zephy. And I have the QR code right here in case you would like to avail yourself of that.
And it works. I tested it.
I tested it again this morning just to make sure. So we'll make sure this goes on the video so people see it. So Natalie Minyard has other properties here in Wheeling, but this will be
Home.
her home.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're doing.
So, I love the Wheeling. I'm from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida originally, but most recently New Jersey for about almost 30 years. Found Wheeling about 22 years ago off a Craigslist ad that was misplaced in New Jersey. Was smart of that owner, and I bought a property in Center Market. My mom and sister moved into it. We were going to open a little shop, but it just was a little bit much. I didn't know what I was doing. Didn't understand these old buildings at all. Did not know what I was getting myself into. Ultimately, my sister moved back, and then we convinced mom to move back to Jersey, and I sold the building. Well, my sister, who's here, thanks, Sarah, had actually met her future husband while she was here. She didn't know it. So she ended up back here and had my nephew, and so then mom came back, so then everyone was here, but I'd sold my building. So every time I see Elizabeth, I say, are you going to sell it back to me? Elizabeth bought it, and I think she just kind of got annoyed with it, and so finally started keeping an eye on things for me. And first she told me about the property over on Oaf, which you guys will come see at some point, 2236 Oaf. And, but I knew that wasn't going to be home. That was going to be a really nice renovation. It deserved to be saved. As a lot of these properties, there was talk about it getting knocked down. So we've already put a new porch on, new roof on, new gutters. We're doing a lot of work to that one. But I knew I hadn't found mine yet. I bought a couple up on Main Street that are, everything I buy is kind of stuff that I seen nobody else really wanted, but still needed to be saved. So I was not expecting this to come to me at all. Elizabeth, I had called on the for sale by owner sign in 2019 when John still owned it, and we just didn't connect, and I didn't get in, and I thought about it, because of course I wanted to be back in this center Wheeling area, wanted to be able to walk to stuff. And so she reached out to me 2.5 years ago, I guess, and said, hey, there's some mumbling that maybe he might sell. It got broken into. As you guys look around, you're going to see all the doors are off, the hinges and the hardware were stolen. It's heartbreaking. There's one door that still has, and it'll either it makes me happy to have it, but it also made me cry to see how beautiful the hardware was. So I reached out to Paul Harris. I called, I emailed, I don't know if is Stacy here, paralegal here? I finally just went into his office, and he of course was not there, but I did have a chance to talk to his paralegal, Stacy, who we chatted about Center Market, and she was lovely, and she said, all right, I'll save your card, but I didn't hear from anybody. And then I went and bought all these other little projects, and then out of nowhere, I get a random call from her saying, hey, I don't know if you remember, but you were interested in a property on Chapline. Are you still interested? And I thought, oh my God, of course I am, but there's no way in the world I could pull this off. But I said, yes, I want to see it. Let's meet in the morning. And she took me through, and I mean, it did not look like this. I've been cleaning for a month straight. And as you go up, you're going to see it gets worse at the top. This first floor was lived in the most recently, so they did like the furnace just to this floor, but the radiators are all the way up, and they dismantled the boiler, so there's going to be a lot to do. But as you look, you'll see that it gets a little rougher at the top. And I walked through, and the whole time I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way I could pull this off. There's no way in the world. And I have to say, Paul worked with me. I couldn't even believe what he was willing to sell it to me for. He's holding part of the note. I mean, I could not have done it if he'd not worked with me the way he did. And I just felt so blessed. I didn't even want to stand out in front of it for too long for fear somebody would see that maybe it might be coming on the market, because it wasn't on the market. But he finally was ready to let it go, and I guess I made enough of an impression, bugged him enough that he let me have it. And I have been just overjoyed. This is the one that'll get me here. You know, I've got to still figure out how I'm going to make that move, because money's still in Jersey. But this house is spectacular, and just spend time, look at everything. The woodwork is incredible. The fireplace here. I'm still, the research that I'm going through to find out more about the house is fascinating. This is a one-of-a-kind fireplace. Can I talk about this stuff? Okay. So then I bought it on Halloween. From the point that he said okay to the point that I closed was 1 week. And he said if I can close in 1 week, he'll give me the piano. So I have a beautiful baby grand piano here in perfect condition that my family is musical. So,
can't see it.
and I'm gonna have to take lessons because I told Jackie she's got to teach me how to play the piano now. So this fireplace, at first I was like, gosh, this is such a strange. It isn't period appropriate to all the woodwork and everything. Yes, okay. So I actually reached out to them and I sent them a picture of it. And they connected me with another gentleman, and I have all this info, but another, I guess, tile historian. And it turns out that it's actually two. So this piece right here is a Cal tile, which came all the way from California Tiles. The rest of it from here down is actually from a tile company in Kentucky, Alhambra Tile Company. And it's model number 77, and the top would have been here. They combined this model to be able to put this in here, and then brought more. So this is the only one like this, and they were really excited to see it. And we're kind of doing a little bit more digging, trying to figure out how this happened. But they said, it must have been a tile artist here in Wheeling that appreciated these other, or maybe the owner, but someone's created this fireplace specifically for this home.
It's not that children?
It's not.
Like a coffee.
It's very, very, I mean, that's how I got all the information that I
But
got.
I'm from California and I've never seen this in this part of the country.
She said the same thing. There was kind of mystery about how it's here. With a lot of this
It's
stuff.
actually, you see mostly in Southern California. There's not even that much in Northern California.
Yeah, and with a lot of the fires I hear, there's a big demand for people trying to restore.
These are,
Yeah.
even
Similar.
of course.
Yes, so I fall in love with it. I thought, maybe I was going to swap one, but now that I understand the history, it's incredible, and I'm so blessed to have it. And there's some beautiful mantles throughout to see, even in the back. So the woodwork was the building was built in 1878, but the woodwork was probably late 1800s, a little bit maybe beginning of 1900. That was, I guess, a common thing that they did, kind of like renovating a kitchen or a bathroom. They would renovate the woodwork. So as I'm digging into this, the staircase obviously is just, incredible. And it's basically perfect all the way up. I feel so blessed that most of it didn't get painted. When they stole the hardware, they moved really quick. So as I was cleaning, I found all the little, well, not all, but a lot of the little bronze screws. So I have a little pile of probably 100 or so, which I was happy to have. There's some sad moments, but there's been wonderful, happy moments as well. Really look around. Even the second floor bathroom, if you step in and you turn around, don't touch anything because it's hot, but there's this wild wall of electrical stuff to just kind of see how things were done at one point. There's a hall closet on the second floor that actually has coats of Tom Saad's. It was stuck shut. I was able to finally get it open, so there were these really nice coats with his name inside, fancy. There's some information about Charlie in one of the rooms. And then at the top floor, I have no idea when the last time that was lived in. There's a tiny leak coming, so you'll see a bucket there. But other than that, the water seems to be, the roof is, holding up. There is a carriage, there was a carriage house in the back. It is a garage apartment now. It is not, we cannot go in there, but it will be wonderful when I can get that renovated and usable as well. So I feel very blessed and lucky to be here. And I'm so excited to show everyone and have everyone else see it because it really does feel like so special. If you know anything about, I'm so interested to hear from any of you that know anybody that ever lived here or see something that, like what you said about the tiles. The staircase, I've only seen a couple of places similar. It is a very rare staircase. I have looked into it. It's walnut, according to what I've found, but I'm open to any kind of information anybody wants to share with me as well. So have fun, look around, open closet doors. I have gloves if you need them. I've cleaned as best I can, but the raccoons partied in here before I got it, so it was you saw it.
Okay, the way we'll handle this then, I will follow Natalie around with the video phone. This will be posted on Friends Wheeling Facebook page, so you can share this with other people at any time. We usually get several thousand views, and so that'll happen. And so I will just tag on with you, and I guess we can go anywhere we want.
Yeah, and there's little refreshments if anybody wants to grab something, please, because it's here. So.
And one last announcement, if we're finished in time and you're interested, there will be a wind concert wind orchestra concert at Vance Memorial Church, starting at 3 o'clock. It's free, and Pat Garrett is leading it. Pat Garrett used to be with the High County Schools forever. So, depending on how long we stay here, that's a possibility. Natalie, thank you so much. This is great, and we look forward to having an after tour or even an in-between tour.
There's gonna be multiple tours. We'll be partying as soon as I have
All
one.
right. Okay, good. And Joanne Sullivan is behind the phone at the moment, but I'm going to take it from her, and I'll follow Natalie around.
Thank you, Joanne.
Okay. Hey. Okay. So, am I just talking to?
You're just talking and pointing, and I
Okay,
will.
All right.
Yep.
So, the wood doors. I'm going to be restoring these. They're original. The tile, the penny tile, I had to clean up and find underneath a lot of layers of glue and just dirt, filth. I was able to get the door open finally because the hardware had been stolen, but I was able to kind of makeshift. I had one of these and I got somebody else to lock that, so that works now. It needs more love, but it's functional. The leaded glass, it's beveled leaded glass, so I'm very happy that these are in good shape with transoms. Unfortunately, these doors are going to take a little bit of love because each little piece was handmade when they were making it here. They made it here. So these all have to be replaced. I'm lucky on that side. There's just a couple missing, but they're not broken. So this side I can do this. My teacher thinks I can do this myself, but we'll see. This side I'm going to have to have pieces made. So this will be a project for eventual project.
All right. Okay, let's look at the stairs as we're going past.
Yes. So this was back when it was kind of turning into an industrial time, and so this is pretty much. I've never seen another staircase like this. I'm still learning more about it. Like I said, it's walnut. This is my nephew Robbie, which got us all basically back here. Radiators throughout, which I plan to get them working again, but for right now we just have the furnace working on the first floor. All the woodwork, again, walnut, custom made for the home. We do think that craft was involved in this.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Based on everything that I've kind of posted and read.
Yes, it was a major contracting company, Cleves and Craft, and they live just down the street.
Yeah.
And their home is very similar to this.
There's another company or another person that I keep reading about. So another mantle. I have the pieces, and I'll be able to fix those. I think the raccoons, you can see the little footprints. I think they were having a good old time out there. Again, radiators, pocket doors.
Oh, and they work nice.
They need some love, but they will work again. They've got, they're cool stuff. Hey, I have lots of questions.
Congratulations. Beautiful.
Okay. So another set. Again, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take time because I'll show you where the hardware. Yeah. Pretty much. Okay, so I want to.
Harry Potter closet.
There you go. Okay, so here is the only hardware that they left me, but isn't it beautiful?
It is gorgeous.
And it's on both sides, and even the hinges are here, sorry. And the challenge I'm finding on eBay even is that they're selling if I can find anything even similar, this is Yale in Town, and this is the Madras pattern. And even if I can find it, they seem to be selling them with 2 hinges, not 3, and we've got to have 3 on these doors. Okay, this is the second staircase, and even this, I love, you know, how big the banister is. We don't need to go up there. It's kind of probably the least cleaned up. But I love how thick that banister is, how it curves, and even the brackets there, if I can clean them up, are going to be beautiful. Okay. I did start ripping down the drop ceiling, and one of the sad parts is that yesterday I had beautiful high ceilings and I've got the molding, but if you see the ghost markings from the top of the doors that would have had those beautiful pieces, all throughout they've chopped off these little spots, and I was hoping to find maybe a box of them, but no luck so far. So we have all throughout. And watch your step. My first floor bathroom, which hopefully by tomorrow will be functional. But I have the hose, and I'm grateful to have the hose right now, so I can just clean a little bit and work on flush the toilet. So this is another room. This was my favorite fireplace, but I don't know, the one in the front is kind of special now. But the lion is really fun.
That's fun.
Yeah. So they did 2 levels of drop ceiling in this one. So I was able to take the first level out, but again, up at the top, you see that they took the little top pieces of the molding off. So I'll get there.
It probably matched what was below.
Oh, it did? Yeah.
Yeah, there's one out there that's intact.
Yeah, I have, there's plenty of the tall ones for some reason, some of them they left. So I'm grateful to have the ones.
Wait, Natalie, let's look out the back.
Oh, okay. So that's the garage. What was the carriage house? The garage apartment. I've got to shore it up a little bit better. It needs everything. The roof is shot. Got to board up that glass there. But it'll be amazing to have a rental property and a garage in center market, basically. So I'm excited for that. What I think will probably happen with this is I've probably going to knock this wall out because the kitchen that's here now is on this side. Just watch your step, Gina. Mom, this is my mother. So this house deserves a grand, amazing gourmet kitchen. So I'm thinking at some point this wall is going to go in this whole space, including that fireplace will be in part of the design of the kitchen. So that's the plan. Yes.
But it's functional now.
Do we run
Sort of.
downstairs? Will be functional tomorrow.
This wall put in?
I think it must have been put in because when you see on the other side, it's covering some of the molding. So downstairs.
So this would have been one big room.
I think so.
Do you want to go down now or at the end?
Do you want to do the basement?
Sure.
Okay.
Of course we want to do the
Okay.
basement.
All right. Okay.
Because it's got such interesting stuff.
It does.
You got to see the basement.
Gotta see the basement.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Watch your step. Be careful. Grab your camera.
At least you got a rail.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, there is some interesting stuff in here. So, unfortunately, the copper was stolen, like a lot of houses.
Unbelievable.
And they weren't kind about it. So, they ripped up a lot of stuff as they were doing it. But I'm going to get some help, and I'm going to get that working here hopefully this week. This amazing 3-compartment sink. We got to... It probably works more than this one. I can't even get this one open. He's got to go. That probably I turn that on right now.
That actually, you buy a new one of that, just cost you more than that.
Yeah. So.
But in the other room, you got to see the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just continue to watch your step. Okay, so this way, I want to clean out these brick floors. This is definitely going to be the wine cellar, whiskey room. Watch your step. I'm saying I'm tricking myself. So here's what's crazy. They built this wall of the shutters
For the windows.
from the windows.
The interior
So,
shutters.
I don't have any idea why anyone would do that, but they did. And what's even crazier to me is that these, who knows, I mean, they must have done this years and years and years ago. And 2.5, 3 years ago when they were putting the furnace in, they decided to cut into this instead of just going over there, just over there.
Of course.
So, but I think I'm still very excited that they're here and I'll be able to restore them. And the furnace is new, but only for the first floor. And this boiler's only 10 years old. So, you know, it's going to take some love, but as we go up, you'll see all the radiators. I want those to work again. So that'll be a project.
Oh, this is major. To get that done.
Yeah. This is a forever project. Not really. Look, so, oh, sorry. When you go downstairs, look at the wall that separates the two front basement rooms. It's interesting. What they made it with. Okay, oh, here's mine. All my brass screws, or bronze screws from all the doors. They took doorknobs and hinges off of. I'm good.
Where do I get your video?
So it's 20 steps. We're coming right over right now. It's 20 steps. And it doesn't show up as nice in the pictures, but I did finally strip this down because there's just crackling paint everywhere. And these are the ghost markings behind it, and I love the look of it, so I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to preserve that all the way up. The anaglypta here, you'll see on a lower or upstairs. I'll show you what it actually looked like. I can't believe they painted this. It was so beautiful, but what are you gonna do? It's there at least. You can see the outline of what. So, as I mentioned, it gets a little rougher as we bid up. Again, they stole the copper, so they actually pulled this out and stole like 2 feet of copper maybe. But I was happy to find I had electric. And here's this crazy situation going on here. So it is hot. I will be updating all that, but I will probably leave that as a feature, not active.
Sure, put a piece of glass over it.
Put a piece of glass over it, yeah. And even the radiator here, they're beautiful throughout. Small ones. They did leave me one doorknob here, which is nice, but no glass. So all the transoms are most of them. They're all here, and a lot of them are functional. So some of them are painted shut, but most of them are functional.
So here's the top of the back stairs. Yeah.
Yes.
With the amazing rail.
So another bedroom. Some of them maybe had been used as a kitchen at one point because it's like 7 bedrooms plus. So this will probably be a bedroom again. There was some plumbing in here, so yeah, the linoleum. I'm torn with so much of this because it's here. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way. Oh, I didn't need that.
A penny, yeah.
I need that.
Was it? There you go.
Okay, so then another small room. Oh, this is the. So this closet was stuck shut, and when I got into it, it's got a bunch of cool coats that were jackets of Tom Saad. So when it came to the house. Small room. Again, these radiators I just adore. And we got some stuff from Charlie Saad, and that's even John's Woodring's his auctioneering license. decent closet for these old houses.
Yeah.
Lovely pink.
Well, when I finally got up in there, I found all these big old ornaments. So door, this led out to something at some point, so someday I want to try to put that back and have some outdoor space from here. You can see the top of the garage. Pretty. Okay.
So this closet was the one that was sealed up.
Yeah, you can see they were like trying to get into it, but they couldn't, so it took me a little bit. And if it closes it, I've got to get tools and stuff to get it open again. I need something on it. Good size closet. That might end up being on washer dryer for this floor. I don't know if I want to go all the way down to the basement.
Oh, nice big room here.
Yes, big beautiful room. So
Lovely radiator again.
again, still a pretty mantle, a lot more little simple, but when they couldn't, I guess they couldn't get this up because I got at least one doorknob that was from the closet. That was in the closet when the door was, they tried to get in.
And you have a bit of Wheeling tile left here.
Yep.
What's the square footage now? That's what I told Mike. I was like, it's bigger. I was like, it's definitely bigger for ours.
But I don't know if that is including the back. It's weird because there's two different tax.
Right.
There's a lot to deal with
Right.
this one. The closing almost didn't happen because the garage was actually still sort of connected to the previous owner.
Right.
That one I was buying from. So, but this room, I'm trying to figure out where you would put a bed. Because it's a big, beautiful room. And I'm thinking I might not need this door, so I'm not taking it out. But I might make this wall where the bed is. Because I don't know how else to set it up. And then another beautiful bedroom. Typical, really shallow closet. That was done after the fact. And oddly, I guess, I can only think to match that. They put this wall, but they took out the trim, unfortunately, in those baseboards. I'm gonna take this out and fix whatever's going on here. But I love finding these kind of ghost markings. This was some sort of a painting or maybe wallpaper. So some sort of a floral pattern, which was popular at the time when they were doing all the woodwork and stuff. So found little pieces of that. So there's some stuff going on with the brick. I'm gonna have to figure out. Again, unfortunately, the top. I mean, they're still beautiful even without the top, but knowing that they were there hurts. So I will see what happens.
And you do have originals here.
I do, yeah. So I can match them. Another smaller room. Again, a little smaller radiators. The linoleum runner is in really beautiful condition. So I'm probably just going to clean this up and try to find something to seal it. I have a flooring guy that I've been talking to, so it's pretty wild that it's managed to stay in this shape. Did you see the anaglypta? This is unfortunately they painted it, but if you see the coloring, it sucks. I'm so bummed that's. They painted it it didn't look like that. Come on. It is what it is. But I'm very grateful that I at least have this strip so I can see what it.
You can turn it off.
What it did look like. Okay. All right. So now we're going on to the what will ultimately someday be the primary suite.
And it's amazing how solid the banisters are.
All the way up.
That's the only thing that you got.
It's not actively leaking.
That's pretty impressive, especially since this roof
Is
comes
rough.
back this way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't. The one in the front is the one that's actively.
Oh, okay.
So, but even then, it's just a small drip. But The garage is actually my biggest concern at the moment, just because I don't want to get it was my leak. But I was really excited to find I had electric all the way up. I was walking around for a week with a flashlight and a headlamp thinking I didn't have electricity up here, so I just replaced the bulb and the lights came on. So watch your step here. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of what was at a center, it was a school across
Yeah,
the street.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've been putting the candles in the window just to have people. Yeah. I know. Yep. Well, I think this must have been like the help home, I think, because this was a. So I will be probably opening this wall up and making this a big master primary suite. This was pointed out to me, if I can remember what, by Derek Smith. Okay, why is that music? I was trying to give you guys a. Anyway, this thing, I don't know if you can see, Gene, but that's, I guess, an old type of plumbing piece that they used back in the day, which was kind of fun. But you can see they clipped my this lip, just, I mean, 2 feet maybe of it. So it's really pretty light from here. Once this wall goes, and that light will come in here better. A lot of cleaning up to do, but
But the vision's amazing.
it's there. And I still have hinges on these 2 doors up here, so I'm happy for that. Then they're kind of cool, so I'll strip those down. And I have plans for this, but this is obviously way down the road. I'll probably be sleeping in the living room for a while. So, thank you. So, this bathroom is the worst of everything, and I just sort of closed the door and haven't been dealing with it, but of course, it has a doorknob. I should
May be able to
move it somewhere else.
Well, they may match some of the ones that
Yeah.
are stolen, you know? They probably were less fancy.
They got less fancy as they came up, yeah. But I have lots of ideas. I don't know how much I'm allowed to do with the city, because obviously it would be cool to have, some sort of outdoor space again off the back. I did clean the banisters, so you guys weren't grabbing foam after this. Looks good, right? There's a couple spots on that side.
Well, that's the other thing, is that you're right up next to the next
I
one.
know, so close.
Yeah, let's go out front now.
Okay.
Could we go outside? All right.
I'm sure I'll be in front. I do, but it's a house that deserves it, it'll be incredible when it's all done. Oh, even in here, I've got, I guess the anaglypta is there as well, because of the stuff. But a lot of stripping off the stuff they did over the years. So Jeff Forrester actually helped with this in 1986, he said. So he's going to come, he's going to help me get that one
Fix the gate.
fixed back up. That's the S for Schnepf or Saad.
Uh-huh. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there were 2 huge
Holly,
trees.
yes.
So all the pictures that I can find of this over the last 30 years have this massive tree in front. So the stump they left me, but the tree's been gone. So I've got to deal with that. I'm gonna have to replace the pipe going in to the house.
Well, it's a beautiful house.
Thank you.
Yes, you have a lot of work ahead of you, but boy, will it be worth it.
It is going to be incredible. Yeah, and to be part of this strip of homes where everybody is taking such pride in their houses, This is Roger Malone next door, and he had Sorrel and Becca do the facade here. So that's been restored recently and is beautiful. And this is a newish owner as well. This sold a couple, I don't even know, lost track of time, in the last couple of years. And then obviously you guys, Russ and Maddie and that whole crew over there that's doing that one.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to see these couple of blocks taken such good care of.
Great. All right, Natalie, thank you. This is wonderful. We look forward to coming back again, and happy holidays.
Thank you.